Hey there and welcome. You know when you store photos in Google Drive or binge watch a show on Netflix or fire off an email with Gmail? Well, guess what? You're already using the cloud. But what does that even mean? What is the cloud? Okay, let's jump right in and clear up one of the biggest, fuzziest buzzwords in all of tech, right? All those services, they just work. It feels like magic happening somewhere out there. They all run on this thing we call the cloud. So for real, what is it? And here's the secret. It's actually super simple. Forget all the images of actual clouds and weird abstract concepts. In technology, the cloud is just a friendly way of saying someone else's computers. That's it. It's really just a gigantic worldwide network of super powerful servers in huge data centers, all owned by companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. And they're all connected so you can use them anytime, right over the internet. Okay, to really make this stick, let's think about it like making dinner. Now, on the one hand, you could build your own professional, restaurant-grade kitchen right in your house. I'm talking stainless steel everything, a walk-in freezer. It would be crazy expensive, a total headache to maintain, and it would take up your entire garage. Or you could just use someone else's fully stocked kitchen whenever you feel like cooking. That second option? Yep, that's cloud computing. And just like grabbing a bite to eat, there's more than one way to do it. The cloud gives you different options, which we can think of as 3 different menus. You can get a totally finished meal delivered right to you. You can get a kit with all the ingredients to put together yourself, or you can just rent the whole kitchen and cook whatever you want from scratch. First up is the one you already know and love, even if you didn't know its name, Software as a Service, or SaaS. This is our pizza delivery model. It's simple. You're hungry, you want a pizza. A little while later, it shows up at your door, hot, cooked, and ready to go. You didn't have to think about the oven, the ingredients, any of it. You just open that box and enjoy. And that's exactly what Gmail, Netflix, and Google Docs are. You don't have to build the kitchen or bake the pizza. The software, the meal, is delivered to you completely finished. You just log in, and it works. That's the whole beauty of SaaS. But okay, what if you actually like to cook? You want a little creative control, but you don't want to deal with all the boring prep work. Well, that brings us to our second menu item, Platform as a Service, or PaaS. Think of this like one of those meal kits. The company sends you the pre-made dough, the sauce, all the toppings, all perfectly portioned out. You get to do the fun part, putting it all together and baking it just the way you like it. So here's the key thing about PaaS. It's for the creators. It's for developers. It gives them a ready-made platform. All the tools, the databases, the operating systems are all set up so they can just focus on the fun part, building and running their own unique apps. They never have to worry about the messy, complicated servers running underneath it all. But what if you're not just a cook? What if you're a master chef and you want total control to create a culinary masterpiece from the ground up? For that, you need our third option, Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS. This is like renting out an entire professional commercial kitchen for the night. You get access to the industrial ovens, the giant mixers, all the space you could possibly need, but you bring your own secret family recipes and all your own special ingredients. Now, translating that back to tech, renting the kitchen means you're renting the absolute fundamental building blocks. The servers, those are your ovens. The storage, that's your huge walk-in pantry. And the networking, that's all the plumbing and electricity that makes it all work. With these raw ingredients, you have the ultimate power to build literally anything you can dream up. Okay, so we've got our 3 menus, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. But why is everybody, from tiny little startups to the biggest companies in the world, suddenly deciding to order in from the cloud kitchen? Well, the reasons are pretty huge. First and foremost, let's talk about money. Building your own kitchen, your own data center, costs a fortune in upfront costs for all that equipment, not to mention paying people to maintain it. With the cloud, you don't have to go buy a $10,000 pizza oven just to make one pizza. You only pay for what you actually use. It's a total game changer. Second, scalability. This is a big one. Imagine you're making dinner and suddenly 100 extra guests show up at your door. In your home kitchen, that's a complete catastrophe. You'd be totally overwhelmed. But in the cloud kitchen, you can just snap your fingers and say, hey, I need 10 more ovens and twice the counter space, and poof, you get it instantly. That power to scale up or down whenever you need to is just incredible. And third, you've got pure accessibility. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in an office in New York or lounging on a beach in Bali. As long as you have an internet connection, you can get to your kitchen. You can access your files, your apps, your data. It's all right there from pretty much anywhere on Earth. So let's bring this all home. The real magic of the cloud is that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's all about having the choice to pick the right tool for the job. You get to decide. Are you the customer who just wants the finished pizza? Are you the cook who wants to assemble a creative meal kit? Or are you the master chef who needs total control over the entire kitchen?
This chart here really nails it. For SaaS, the pizza delivery, you control nothing. You just sit back and enjoy. For PaaS, the meal kit, you're in charge of your application, your final creation. And for IaaS, the rented kitchen, you control the whole shebang, all the underlying infrastructure. The big takeaway here is pretty simple. The more you control, the more you're responsible for.
So the next time you stream a movie or save a file, just remember this. The cloud isn't some mysterious thing in the sky. It's just someone else's amazing tech kitchen, ready and waiting to help you do whatever you want to do. Which leaves us with one final thought for you to chew on. When you use the cloud, which role are you playing? Are you the customer, the cook, or the master chef?